Hey guys, welcome to another video of Poetic Craze. So today I'm gonna do a kind of different video out of my comfort zone. So yeah, first of all, this is kind of a sensitive topic. I mean, some people don't really like to talk about their crush or someone they like, but what I have come to gather from all of my experiences is that if you really like someone, it's always worth it to give it a shot. I mean, why not? Why do you have to look back and like after your crush would find someone else, why do you have to regret it? You won't have to regret it if you at least gave it a shot, right? So today I'm gonna give you 10 tips on how to make someone like you. I first have to give a disclaimer. These ways may be out of your comfort zone because everyone has their own way of kind of approaching their crush and everybody does their things differently. Okay, I talked too much. Let's get into the tips. First, get their attention. Okay, I don't want you to look like an attention whore because that really kind of, how to say, it's unattractive for someone when you try too hard to get them to notice you. So you gotta keep it balanced. You gotta keep your confidence and you gotta be cool with it. Don't get too personal at first. Always start from a safe distance, but make your move and make sure they notice you. You could start with a simple hi if you can, like approach them face to face. You can talk like that, or not, or if not, if you follow them on Instagram, you can reply to one of their stories or be like, or just DM them calmly saying, hey, what's up? Number 2, get to know something about their interests. Like it's really nice and cool when someone has things in common with you and you can share something like music or I don't know, even food or movies. That's really dope. Also, talking to your crush about their interests will keep them entertained. You don't want to get your crush to be bored because that really kills off the whole vibe. I mean, I've had certain people that like me approach me and then like it would get boring and it would just ruin it. So keep it interesting and add some flavor to your conversations. I mean, keep it how to say, like change the flow up of your conversation. Don't always be like, hey, how are you? I mean, try to add something more. Be you, okay? You don't have to change to look perfect because first, perfection does not exist. And number 2, you want to look as authentic as possible. I'm not saying be honest, say every day of your life, but you don't want to act fake. No, thank you. We don't tolerate fakeness. And number 3 is that probably, you have to be sure and you have to be confident because confidence is really it's really a magnet. When people are confident, it makes them 10 times more attractive. I have my own insecurities and sometimes I'm not as confident as I would like to be, but I have noticed that confidence it really changes up everything because if you approach someone and you look confident already, it's like hey, okay, I see you. Because confidence, it's like sometimes when you put makeup and you feel empowered, that's the same thing for confidence. It makes you feel empowered. The next tip that I'm gonna give is that you should I've had some crushes where if you have crushes on the opposite of you, on someone who's so different from you that makes you scared because they hang out with different friends and you feel like you're outside of the group, you don't have to feel like an alien. You can totally go and approach them because even if they're friends, it's fine to go and talk because it's better to talk than hide. As I said, confidence is key, so you gotta approach them. You gotta approach them even when they're with their friends. You don't have to be shy. Plus, it would be really cool. If you can get along with their friends, that means that you can definitely get along with them, right? So, yeah. The next tip is that you don't have to be too serious at first, because crushes are like really sensitive. I mean, it becomes sometimes we make everything personal, and we see everything as something that we have to succeed, and we have to have like second exam, and we have to take perfect grades. But hey, that's not how it works. Sometimes you might get rejected and then you feel really hurt. But yeah, like you can't you can't make everything about you. I used to do that, but no, you can't do that. So you gotta act cool, you gotta keep it cool, because sometimes even that can attract you to a person totally. Like yeah, so this tip is that probably you should give them compliments. I mean, don't make too much, because they might get like over in their head and they'll be like, oh yes, I'm so cool, my god, nobody can touch me. Hell no, don't give them too many compliments, because I mean, as I said before, keep a balance. Yes, balance is key. Sometimes sometimes what really attracts you to a person, and that's really like, that's nice, because you know what attracts you to them. Other times you're totally clueless, but when you might as well give them a compliment and tell them what attracts them to you, so they might have it clear, and they might know, oh okay, this person is not playing with me, like they're serious, they like me for this, and it might even though you won't get together, it might make someone's day better, or it can make them feel special. And so you really should give them compliments, of course. Okay, so I think I lost count of my tips. I'm so sorry. I think I did like 5 tips something. Anyway, I said 10 tips, so I gotta keep it going. Yes. Eventually, if everything goes well, if you like chat really well and the flow is good and you're vibing, you're totally vibing, you shouldn't like hesitate to hang out. One of my friends once said that the best way, like, before you get into a relationship with someone, and before, like, even with crushes, it's best to become friends first. So you gotta have patience. Yes, patience. God, don't like get carried away with emotions, and don't do everything too fast, because I promise you might get hurt, and then it's not worth the emotional trauma. So you gotta hang out as friends. If something will happen, it will happen. You don't have to force love. You don't have to force anything. What is for you will come for you. There's something called divine timing that, like, another YouTuber talked about, Simone Square. Like, yeah, she basically talks about how the right thing will happen at the right time. So yes, so hang out as friends. Friendship is fine too, totally. Then next tip is get to know them better. Like, you don't wanna get with someone just because there's Miley's cute. You might as well get to know them more. At first I talked about the interest, but then again, like, if you really like someone, you gotta put in the work, and you got to know them as a person, on a deeper level, and you can even have a deeper connection. Another one of my friends said that mental connection is much better than a physical connection. So yeah, if you really like someone, put in the work, get to know them better, and also have like a mental connection with them. When you vibe, and even your minds are like, kind of vibing, that's amazing. Yes. So the next tip is gonna be, am I boring you out? Because I'm actually having fun, like, this is out of my comfort zone, as I said, and I just love to talk about love. I don't know, I'm so passionate about it. Yeah. The next tip is that, yes, jealousy. Okay, this is a heavy topic. Sometimes when we are crushy, we go like past our limits and we are dramatic for everything, but hey, you don't have to do that. So you gotta keep it cool. I just said it a million times in this video, but that's true. Like, if you're, let's say, you're into a guy or you're into a girl, and this person has like best friend of the opposite sex, and you just feel so like, oh my god, like, I mean, is that person having a relationship? Like, okay, first of all, even I have a best friend of the opposite sex, and so many people like mistaking him as my boyfriend, but he's not. So you should never assume things when you have a crush, because first you get hurt, and then Second thing is that it's probably not even true. So like it's totally fine. Don't get too jealous for nothing. Unless you know the truth, just don't waste your energy on being jealous, And like even if that person is in a relationship, you should be happy for them. The next tip is that yes, you should like yourself. First you should like yourself, you should love yourself, you should see the beauty in you. I know that sometimes it's hard because obviously no one is perfect, but before you put your energy into loving someone else, you should work on yourself, and when you know how to take care of yourselves, you're going to you're going to have so much more to offer to a person than anyone else. There's a song called oh my god, I don't remember the name, but it's A$AP Rocky P Mary J Blige, and she basically she's wonderful. She sings, you gotta love yourself before you love somebody else. You gotta feed yourself before you feed somebody else, and that speaks volumes. So guys, like sisters and brothers, love yourself first, because when you love yourself enough, even though you're gonna get rejected, or even though like you're gonna go through something heavy, you're going to be stronger, and it's gonna be, you're gonna be there for yourself when you love yourself. It's just the way it is. You gotta do that. Like, eventually life is gonna teach you, even the hard, like for me, I learned it the hard way, but you gotta be there for yourself, because no one is gonna be you. Only you can be you. So even if you have a crush, you gotta be your own, like, no, I was gonna say you gotta be your own crush too, but like, okay, I mean, that's totally it. So the video got longer than it should be. Oh my god, like I don't even know if I gave you guys 10 tips, but yeah, like yeah. So my last and final tip is that, you know what, like crushes are great, but sometimes you gotta realize that crushes are temporary. So like as I said, yes, it's worth taking the risk to approach your crush, but some crushes are temporary, and then like some people unluckily, like they get into a relationship and then they realize that, oh my god, I don't have butterflies for this person anymore, like what happened? So you gotta be careful when you choose which crushes you are going to actually approach and like give it all for, because sometimes you're gonna do everything but then the feelings just disappear. So choose your crushes wisely, at least the ones you actually would have for, because most of these days like crushes come and go like really quickly, I don't know, like the wind. So yeah, I mean, protect your heart. Yes, and thank you so much for sticking up to now, and you got make sure you subscribe, like, and follow me on my socials. Check my other videos out, and thank you so much guys. I love you guys. Thanks. Peace.